It's Britney, back in the headlines. And this time fans want to know, is she okay?
Breaking news this morning. Britney Spears was reportedly arrested for a DUI in California, and the story is spreading fast. Several outlets, including People, say the incident happened late last night.
And honestly, if she was driving under the influence, there's no excuse. She needs to pay the consequence for that. Look, I will always defend Britney for, I don't care what she posts on her Instagram. It's none of my damn business. She's had a tough life. She can do whatever she wants. She can delete it as often as she wants to, which she has. Once again, her Instagram is deleted. And I was going to showcase some of the...
According to those reports, Spears was taken into custody in Ventura, California, after authorities suspected she may have been driving under the influence. The Ventura County Sheriff's Office placed her under arrest Wednesday evening, and the situation quickly caught attention online. She was later released early Thursday morning.
I think the nation really cares about her. I really do. I think she's more than just a singer, pop icon. She's got 42 million followers on Instagram because we watched her grow up. So we all feel like we know her. I think a lot of us feel invested in like her wellness care.
TMZ was the first to report the story, saying Spears was arrested on suspicion of DUI, though the case details are still limited and many questions remain. Records reportedly list the arrest as a cite and release situation, and there's no probation mentioned in the listing. Spears is expected to appear in court for the incident on May 4th. So far, the sheriff's office has not released any additional information, and a representative for Spears has not responded to requests for comment from People or TMZ.
Somebody who looks drug-addled to me. She definitely looks like she's on drugs. And nobody steps in, you know, like we went from conservatorship, which was too much, to like apparently no help at all.
TMZ continues to report that she was arrested for DUI, but the key detail being emphasized is that it's currently listed as a suspicion of DUI. And as some legal voices are already pointing out, this kind of situation can quickly become serious. Attorney Christopher Melcher reportedly said this is not a good look for her at all.
This was an unfortunate incident that is completely inexcusable. This is a statement obtained by the New York Post's page 6. Britney is going to take the right steps and comply with the law, and hopefully this can be the first step in long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney's life. Hopefully she can get the help and support she needs during this difficult time.
And honestly, there's no excuse for something like this. Even as a Britney fan, I'm not here to make excuses or pretend it's fine. If she really was arrested for this, then she deserves the same criticism others got. I gave Justin Timberlake serious heat when his situation happened, and the same energy has to stay consistent. Funny enough, some people are already saying Justin must be doing somersaults somewhere right now, happy to see attention shift away from his own drama. And yes, we'll get into that update in a moment. But here's the reality check. Right now, the report says suspicion of DUI, and that matters. We still don't have the full details yet. At the same time, if the CHP is involved, that's not something people usually brush off.
Been drugged against her will for many, many years. And so when I'm reading between the lines of that statement, I'm thinking, did she, with all of the drugs that she had been given, including lithium, while she was under the conservatorship for many, many years?
Those officers deal with these cases all the time, so when they make an arrest, it usually means they believe the evidence is strong. That's why many people think this situation could stick. And more information is almost guaranteed to come out soon. Body cam footage could surface, a booking photo might appear, more reports will likely drop, and when that happens, the public will get a much clearer picture of what actually happened that night.
She's clearly on something in all of these videos that are posted regularly on her account. They're so uncomfortable, they're so sad. Everybody knows that something's wrong. People genuinely just want this woman to be happy.
If it turns out she really was driving under the influence, then there's no excuse for that. She would have to face the consequences, just like anyone else would. Now, at the same time, I've always defended Britney when it comes to her personal life online. Whatever she posts on Instagram is her business. She's lived through years of intense pressure and public scrutiny, so if she wants to post, delete, or disappear from social media whenever she wants, that's completely her choice. And once again, her Instagram account appears to be deleted right now. Some of the posts that had people worried recently can't even be seen anymore. A lot of fans have been concerned, and that concern is understandable. But this situation right here would be a serious reason to be worried if the reports are accurate. The key word right now is if, because we still don't have the full picture. When Justin's case happened, details came out very quickly.
Britney Spears was crying while being booked in jail for alleged driving under the influence. Sources tell TMZ that Britney was very emotional while being processed at the Ventura County Sheriff's Office Wednesday night. We're told she did not act out of the ordinary, aside from crying a lot.
Right now with Britney, we don't have that level of information yet, so it makes sense to wait and see what comes next. Did she actually fail a breathalyzer? Was there another reason for the stop? Those answers will likely determine how serious this situation really becomes. Was it alcohol involved? Was it some other kind of substance? That's the big question everyone is asking right now. What exactly did officers believe she was under the influence of? Was it only suspected, or did something specific happen during the stop? Did she fail a sobriety test? Those details matter a lot, and at this point, we simply don't have them yet. That's why I'm not rushing to slam the hammer down completely just yet. The story is still developing and the information is limited. Right now, this is breaking news, and more updates will likely start coming out quickly. What we do know is that she's scheduled to appear in court for the incident on May 4th. Some early reports mentioned May 4th or May 5th, but May 4th stands out because it's actually my son, Sawyer's birthday, so that date stuck in my mind. Between now and that court appearance, there's a strong chance we'll see more evidence surface. Body cam footage could be released. A booking photo might appear. Additional reports from authorities could also give a clearer explanation of what really happened that night. Situations like this usually don't stay quiet for long. And look, I've always felt for Britney. I really have. I've defended her for years, and I'll continue to support her through a lot of things. But at the same time, if someone truly drove under the influence, that's serious, and it's not something that should be brushed aside.
You know, look at Justin Bieber right now. It's like massive fame at any age is warping, is, I think, mentally damaging to somebody. It's why so many mega stars turn out very weird, like Michael Jackson.
A decision like that can put lives at risk, and that's why people react strongly to these situations. That's also why there was so much outrage when Justin Timberlake had his own incident. Right now, there are reports saying he's trying to block the release of body cam footage from his arrest. Some claims even suggest the footage could look worse than many people originally thought. Authorities reportedly paused, releasing the video while discussions are happening with his legal team. So the big question people are asking now is simple. What exactly does that mean? And what might that footage actually show once it finally comes out? Hopefully this delay only means that certain private details need to be removed first. Things like a home address, a social security number, or other sensitive personal information can obviously be redacted before anything gets released. That kind of editing makes sense. But outside of that, the public usually has the right to see what happened during a traffic stop that took place in a public setting. That's why many people believe the footage should eventually come out. If the incident happened in public, then the body cam video helps everyone understand exactly how the stop was handled. The same conversation is already happening around Britney as well, because if officers recorded that interaction, her body cam footage could also become public later.
I understand that this hurts and the truth hurts and all of that, and that is not what I want. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm trying to put a perspective on it and show people that help is needed now because time is running out.
And when you say time is running out, what do you mean?
It's exactly what it sounds like. I don't want my kids waking up having to deal with the unimaginable.
Their mother might die.
Yes.
Situations like this often lead to intense public scrutiny, and transparency becomes a huge part of the discussion. Legal experts who are pushing back on the delay are saying the public should be able to review the footage and judge whether officers handled the situation properly. According to their argument, Keeping the footage hidden too long could limit the public's ability to understand how the investigation unfolded. They say delays like this can interfere with the public's right to know what actually happened during the stop. And honestly, some people believe the delay isn't coming from authorities at all. The speculation is that Justin's legal team may be the ones slowing things down intentionally. If that's true, it would make sense from a reputation standpoint. A video like that could spread across the internet in minutes, and once something goes viral, it's almost impossible to pull it back.
Teenagers do dumb things all the time. They don't have a good feel for what's existential. That's why they have parents, who are supposed to step in and watch out for them. And I'm sorry, but Britney Spears' parents, the mother seemed to be enjoying the daughter's fame and fortune, and the father times 1,000. He was like, he couldn't keep his hands off of her fortune or her life.
Still, it's honestly sad to see both Justin and Britney connected to situations like this. Neither scenario is a good look, and if mistakes were made, then consequences should follow. That's simply how the law works. Sources speaking privately have claimed the concern about the footage goes deeper than people think. They say it's not just about what happened, but how it happened. The tone, the attitude, the overall vibe of the interaction could clash with the image Justin has been carefully presenting over the years. In recent years, he's tried to reshape how the public sees him. He publicly apologized to Britney and Janet, spoke about health struggles like Lyme disease, and started presenting himself as more reflective and aware. His public image has been polished and tightly controlled.
It's sad. You want somebody to step in. I almost feel like the DUI could be good because, as the manager put it, like maybe now with the public humiliation that she's clearly gonna suffer because she knows. I mean, this is the lead on CNN. It was the lead on our show today. If I got a DUI, it would make the news because I'm a public figure. But
if this footage ever drops, it could show a completely unfiltered moment that cuts through that image instantly. Legally, the case may already be settled since he accepted a plea deal. But reputation is a different story entirely. As one insider reportedly said, one viral clip can follow someone forever because the internet rarely forgets. Some people say this situation isn't really about privacy at all. They believe it's about protecting a brand that took years to rebuild. And to be fair, most people understand the fear of having one bad moment live online forever. The internet can be ruthless.
Gen Z doesn't understand exactly how that couple affected popular culture, how massive the fact that those two were a couple was for both of their hashtag brands, which wasn't really a thing at the time, but that was so significant. And
At the same time, the core issue remains simple. If someone drove under the influence, that's dangerous and illegal. The law is the law, and decisions like that can't just be brushed aside. Call an Uber, call a friend. With the kind of money these celebrities have, there's simply no excuse for getting behind the wheel if you've been drinking. None at all. That applies to Justin, and it applies to Britney too. No special treatment for anyone here. This situation is bad news for Britney Spears, and honestly, it's also bad news for Justin Timberlake. The strange twist though is that this Britney story might actually help Justin for the moment because the headlines could shift attention away from his situation. That part is frustrating to watch.
We should say that it's abusive. With Britney Spears, we can see it happening within the last decade. Your point about her dad, who is basically treating her as, this is a strong word, a slave, drugging her, making her go perform, and then taking the money for himself. And this is all within the last decade. So it would be, in retrospect, crazy for us to expect Britney Spears to get out of that conservatorship and just be fine.
Both situations deserve to be looked at seriously, and both people should be held to the same standards. No one should get a free pass. But beyond all the headlines and arguments, the truth is, it's just sad to see. It really is. And part of the reason people are reacting strongly is because this isn't the first time Britney has faced accusations like this. I said the same thing before. If something like this is real, it needs to be called out, and the consequences should be the same as they would be for anyone else. At the same time, there were reports during the previous situation that complicated the story. Some people said she didn't actually drink at the restaurant she had been at earlier that night. When some of the early footage came out, it definitely looked alarming at first glance. The car appeared to move across the lines on the road, and that immediately made people think the worst. But when the full video was looked at more closely, it didn't necessarily prove intoxication. In another angle that surfaced later, it even looked like she might have been trying to get away from a vehicle that was following her. It appeared more like a chaotic moment on the road rather than clear evidence of someone being impaired. Still not a good situation, but not the same thing people initially assumed. That's why some people, including me, were more cautious about judging that earlier footage. The situation looked messy, but it didn't clearly prove what everyone was accusing her of at the time. However, if this new incident turns out to be real and confirmed, then it becomes much more serious. If situations like this start forming a pattern, that's when the legal and public consequences can get much heavier. Past accusations and past incidents can suddenly get pulled back into the spotlight. And that could create real problems for Britney. It could affect how people view her credibility, how courts evaluate future issues, and how the public reacts to everything she does moving forward. Some people are already speculating about legal complications, or even renewed conversations about control over her life. Whether that happens or not, situations like this definitely add pressure. To be clear, I have zero issue with what she posts on Instagram. If she wants to dance, post videos, wear whatever she wants, or express herself however she likes, that's her business. People judging her for that never made much sense to me. But the moment someone's actions could put other people in danger, that's when it becomes serious. Road safety affects everyone, and that's why people react strongly when DUI accusations come up. And as much as I support Britney, ignoring something serious wouldn't be fair either. Being a fan doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means being honest about the situation. Right now though, the biggest thing missing is specific details. We still don't know the exact charges, what officers observed, or what evidence they may have gathered during the stop. Was this a confirmed DUI situation, or just an early suspicion that will be clarified later? Those answers will matter a lot. Until more official information comes out, it's important to keep the conversation fair and based on facts rather than assumptions. More updates will likely surface soon, so keep an eye out as the story develops.